Mr. President, the managers on the part of the House of Representatives are present and ready to present the articles of impeachment, which have been preferred by the House of Representatives against Alejandro Mayorkas, Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security.
Well, it's official. The House has finally transmitted articles of impeachment against DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas to the Senate. Mayorkas is the first cabinet official to be impeached in 150 years. Now, Mayorkas' job is to close the border. Border's not closed. If you don't do your job, you should be fired. Florida Congressman Brian Mast. Congressman, as these things are transmitted, it took a week longer. Yes, sir. It took a week longer than normal. However, they're there, and it's going to open up for debate. I don't think the Democrats want to see what goes on in a trial here.
Yeah, they're not interested in any debate. My opinion, one man's opinion, Alejandro Mayorkas, guilty of the most willful and reckless endangerment of the American homeland, of the American people, and purely because of politics, Democrats do not want to touch it, do not want to contradict him, do not want to say anything about his actions. And yeah, maybe the mayors of some of the cities will be upset that they're getting migrants and illegal immigrants into their cities. But beyond that, you're not going to hear a word out of them.
No, of course not. Now, there's a lot of hoopla in the Congress right now over Ukraine aid. Obviously, we're funding multiple fronts right now. But one of the big things is two of your colleagues have joined in to try to oust Speaker Johnson. What do you say over this?
Yeah, I don't believe, let me say this thing. I think you could be right and wrong at the same time. I think people are rightfully upset about some of the grouping together of these bills, not having border security come ahead of giving dollars of the taxpayers to other countries. I think rightfully being upset about that, but I think you can be wrong in the same situation if you think it gets us to a better place as Republicans like myself, or as wanting to see President Trump elected, or the Republicans take the House or the Senate, or take your issue of things. I think it puts us in a bad position to do that come November. And so I think it's actually a bad, terrible idea. I could say it in a number of ways.
Yeah, well, definitely will stop motion, which is not always a bad thing in government. But I want to get to Israel a little bit here. Now, before I get to the nit and gritty on the ground, there is some proposals for funding and things like that. But Israel is pretty capable of doing this. Are we jumping in too fast to try to give them aid for something that they may not need at this time?
I think when you look at some of the weapons systems for Israel, there is absolutely a need. The Iron Dome system, the amount of ordnance that they're using going through that. We did transfer an additional Iron Dome battery to them previously. These batteries are being used because of the multiple fronts that are going on, or potentially have the likelihood of going on north and south in Israel. But I would certainly juxtapose easily Israel to Ukraine and say this. Israel largely has maybe not all 22 Arab states lining up against them, but certainly the vast majority of the 22 Arab states lining up against them. Juxtapose that to Europe and Ukraine. Right. Ukraine has the support of European nations, and those nations lining up behind them. I think they can support Ukraine. I think we can go out there and have a greater focus on Israel if that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah. Do you see this war coming to an end at any time, or do you think that Israel is going to respond and it's going to escalate, and then who knows what?
I think the war has more fronts left to tackle. Obviously, you have many displaced in the north of Israel. That's a result of Hezbollah, everything going on in Syria there. But I would give this advice to Israel. Keep doing what you're doing. I think they've been excellent at this. They haven't been overzealous with targeting. They look at a target. They assess that target for very specific reasons. They hit that target in a very, not to overuse this word, a very targeted way. Keep doing that, whether it's Iran, whether it's Gaza, whether it's Syria. Keep executing in the way that you have, because you've been doing it in the right way, and nobody can say that you've gone too far because of that.
Yeah, no, it seems fine. Congressman Brian Mast, we appreciate you joining us, sir.
Good to see you.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. I will be back on YouTube with more exclusive content, so stay tuned.